Hey everyone, it's Hank here with One-Eyed Phoenix. There's a few things I want to do in this video, but first I want to apologize for the loud car noises. They're really annoying, but my living room, or my dining room, actually where I'm sitting, is right next to a really busy intersection, so I apologize for the noise. You'll probably hear a lot of car noises in the background. But there's a few things I wanted to do in this video. The first thing I wanted to do was give an update on my condition. For those who've been following me on social media, since the last time you saw my video post here on YouTube, about a little over a month ago, I actually detached a retina in my right eye, and it had to go get repaired, so I wasn't able to do anything. I've been on pretty tight restrictions. I finally came off restrictions a couple weeks ago, but so I wasn't able to really, I hate those big semis. I wasn't able to work out or do anything, so I'm finally just starting to get back into the swing of things, so I'm gonna start hitting the gym again soon. But yeah, so I detached a retina. It pretty much completely detached. They had to surgically repair it. I was on bed rest for a while. I was on tight restrictions for the first 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm fully recovered now. For a lot of people that don't know, back in 2011, I used to do professional wrestling, and during a practice, I actually detached a retina in this eye because I had got punched in the eye during a drill at wrestling practice, and this one could not be repaired. This eye got damaged in August of 2011. So from August 2011 all the way to December of 2012, I went through 4 major surgeries on this eye that could not repair it. So there's no vision whatsoever in this eye. So naturally, when the retina detached in this eye, it was very scary because it's the only eye I have left. So I was very scared that I was going to lose my vision and go blind, but thankfully they were able to repair it. And surprisingly, once it fully healed, the vision in this eye was actually better than before the surgery. Because in this eye, I actually had quite a few floaters, because when I had damaged this eye back in 2011, they ended up doing laser surgery on this eye as well, which ended up causing floaters, a lot of floaters to be in my eye. So I've dealt with floaters for the past few years now, for the past 7-8 years. And one of the byproducts of the surgery I just had, when this retina detached, it actually got rid of all my floaters, and my vision is actually coming in clearer. So you'd probably never hear anyone else say this, but it was almost kind of a positive that the retina detached in this eye. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hope it never happens again. That's a very scary situation. I would never wish that upon anyone. But in this instance, the vision did get better, and all the floaters are gone, which was a huge plus, because anyone knows, if you've ever dealt with like a bunch of floaters in your eye, it is a pain in the ass to go through. Sometimes they get in your field of vision and they just get annoying. But that's the update there. So I'm gonna start, I'll be hitting the gym up soon and getting back to what I love. And I'm fully recovered now, so I wanted to let everyone know, because I've gotten messages and comments from friends on my social medias wishing me well, and I really appreciate that. Thank you to everyone. Also, another passion that a lot of people knows about me is I love toys. I collect a lot of action figures, and one of the things I wanted to do today was an unboxing, and I actually wanted to show you some of the toys that me and my fiance has gotten in the past month, a lot of our new pickups. This one just came today, and it's funny, a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you today is mine. It's the stuff that we got this month is from mine and my fiance's collection. The funny story is, me and my fiance met last June. I took her to her first horror convention last August. She bought her very first toy. Now, mind you, before we met, she didn't know toy collecting was a thing. She didn't know it was a hobby, or like there was this whole other world to toy collecting. But since she bought that first toy in August, she's got a full-blown collection now, which I think is awesome. So she's a full-on collector. So everything I'm going to show you today is for mine and her collection. But let's get started with the first unboxing. I hope everyone's been doing well today, and I live in Ohio, and if, you know, I'm sure everyone's heard by now, Ohio got hit with a bad wave of tornadoes last week. Now, I live where they hit. I actually lived in Dayton. I lived in Dayton just a few months ago. I moved away, unfortunately, after my father passed away. But where the twisters actually hit was right where I lived, which was insane. They didn't hit my exact block, my exact street where I live, but they hit the surrounding blocks. I used to live in this apartment complex to where we had certain units. I'll tell you how close it came to my block. It literally hit just one block over. So that's how close it came to the house where I lived at, the unit that I lived in. It came that close. It did so much devastation. It destroyed a lot of things. It destroyed a lot of things in that area. A lot of people, unfortunately, lost their homes and everything they have ever worked for. So I just would like to say, anybody watching my videos, just please keep them in your prayers, give them your best wishes, pray for Ohio, because they're working on rebuilding now. And it's really beautiful because a lot of the community has come together to really help one another out. And it's a really positive thing to see. Okay, first unboxing, and I have been dying to get this thing for a long time. This is beautiful. Wow, this is great. This is perfect condition too. Anyone who knows about toy collecting, conditioning is everything, because I don't open my toys. I'm not an open box collector. There's nothing wrong with that. I have nothing against that. It's just not for me. I love looking at my toys mint in their packaging. So this is the first one. I hope you can see that. This is the Cinema of Fear Series 3 Leatherface Thomas Hewitt figure. This is my favorite Leatherface figure ever created. It's actually from my favorite Texas Chainsaw movie in the series, the 2003 remake with Jessica Biel. I think that movie is just phenomenal. It surpassed the original. In my opinion, I know a lot of people think the original is the best, and it is, don't get me wrong, it's a phenomenal movie, but I think the remake is one of the rare exceptions to the rule that it actually surpassed the original. Here's everyone on the back of the package. I actually want to get the whole set, but mainly I want the Jason in this set. I just want to check my camera really quick just to make sure this is actually showing up on camera. Yep, there it is. That is the Thomas Hewitt Leatherface. So I'm a big horror buff. Me and my fiance, we go to all the conventions. A couple of my buddies I go with. I'm just a big horror nerd. On top of working out and fitness, I like to consider myself that. I'm that toy collecting fitness junkie, STEM junkie. The next one, my fiance she just got this a few days ago actually. This is the NECA 2000. I think it's 2010. San Diego Comic-Con. This is the T1000 liquid metal. Funny story about this one. We actually just met the actor that portrayed the T1000 in Terminator 2. We met Robert Patrick just a few months ago. One of the sweetest, coolest guys that I've ever met. My girl, she was really starstruck by him. She's a huge fan of him. But he was the nicest guy. He couldn't have been any nicer than what he was. Just an amazing human being. So if anyone out there, if you ever do conventions, don't hesitate to meet Robert Patrick. He's just one of the coolest fucking guys out there you could ever meet. One of the next ones is from and actually we got 3 in this set, 3 different ones. So if anyone is a fan of the Showtime series Dexter, as I am, he's the most lovable serial killer you'll ever see. Dexter Morgan. This is the first one we got in the set. We bought these all as a lot. This one is the Dark Defender. This is one of my favorite ones that they've come out with him. And then the last one we got in this set was, this is actually the one in his kill suit, which I am actually currently working on a kill suit project for a cosplay. I want to start cosplaying at conventions as Dexter. I actually did a cosplay as Dexter once, I believe, early last year. And my fiance actually cosplayed as Dexter as well at the last convention we got, but we only have part of the kill suit done, but it's good enough to know, like, you know who's cosplaying, you know who Dexter is. Oh, and also not just horror, I'm also a big Ninja Turtles fan as well. I ended up scoring this at a comic shop. This is a vintage April O'Neil. The card up here is unpunched. So I ended up scoring this. I collect a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff too. I have some stuff from NECA that's actually on pre-order from the Ninja Turtles line. I have the 18-inch shredder coming in, which I'm stoked about that. And we got these. These are a couple things we just got at one of our local bargain shops. Got these for like $1 each. We actually have the other ones too. We do have the complete set. The other two are around here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where they're at, but we do have them. So if anyone who's buying anything from San Diego Comic-Con this year from NECA, in a couple days, all of the toys, NECA's exclusives, are going to go up online for pre-order, and I'm stoked for the Ninja Turtles, the 4-pack. It's Shredder. They call it the Capture of Splinter, and it's Shredder, it's 2-foot soldiers, and you get Splinter as well. So I'm really stoked for that set. This is from the Mego Corporation. We got the Freddy Krueger figure, and I don't know what the whole story is yet about this, but apparently toy companies are losing their licensing to produce Freddy Krueger figures. I hope you guys can see these good. They're losing their licensing to produce Freddy Krueger figures for whatever reason. I don't know what the whole story is yet, but I'm waiting for confirmation. One of the next ones we got, this is, as far as I know, this is one of the only Christian Bale figures ever made outside of Batman. This is his Patrick Bateman figure from the NECA Cult Classics line from American Psycho. There's also an 18-inch version of this figure that I don't have, but I would like to get one day. This is a really cool figure. Let's see. This one is really cool. So anyone who collects Jason figures, this is the only, I believe, 7-inch action figure version of Jason from Jason X. This is in fact the only Uber Jason figure ever made. I think Sideshow years back may have done a 12-inch Jason figure from the beginning of Jason X, where he's in his natural form. This one right here is in fact the only figure ever done of Uber Jason. This one is done by McFarlane. This is back in the day when they had their Movie Maniacs line, which from what I hear, their Movie Maniacs line is coming back. So I'm actually really excited to see what they have in store for us with that. We are actually, me and my fiance, we're actually hopefully going to set up at a convention in a couple of months, a toy show, and we're going to have a few items for sale as well. This one is old school. This is the McFarlane Movie Maniacs line. This is Candyman. NECA is getting ready. They have a really nice retro cloth Candyman figure up for pre-order right now. If anyone has heard about that, I have that on pre-order. But I really like this one. I would love to get this one signed by Tony Todd. Once I get a chance to be at a convention he's at. A lot of the ones I've been to, he actually hasn't been to. He wasn't there at the same time. This one is the very first Jason figure ever made. This one is from the very first line of McFarlane Movie Maniacs. This is the Jason Goes to Hell, the Kane Hodder figure, which I really hope they I hope NECA starts doing more Kane Hodder figures, because they haven't been able to do a Kane Hodder figure in years for whatever reason. And I'm sure it's a licensing issue, because I heard there's so much licensing issues with the Friday the 13th brand that's in limbo. And from what I read on the internet today, they're going back to court over legal issues over the rights of the series. I was like, come on, I wish they would just get it all sorted out already. Freddy Krueger. This is not from the first wave of Movie Maniacs. I do remember when I was a kid when these came out. I want to say this is maybe the second Freddy they ever came out with. Because they also have a Freddy and Jason 2-pack, which from McFarlane, which that will be coming actually by the end of the week. So we have that coming, so look for another unboxing video of that as well. But as I said, I don't open any of my toys. We don't open anything. We just don't. It's just not our thing. All right, this right here is actually the last piece I'll show you guys, because that's all I have for right now. There's more stuff coming in. This is my favorite character in all of the Ninja Turtles line. Anyone who knows me knows I love Casey Jones more than any other Ninja Turtles character there is. I want to cosplay as Casey Jones once I get the full cosplay costume together, which I do need to get started on that, because so far the only thing I have is the NECA Casey Jones mask, which is beautiful. They did an amazing replica of it if you haven't seen it yet. But my favorite version of Casey Jones is actually from the original 1990 movie, the Elias Koteas version. I mean, I like the original cartoon version. The comic book version is also awesome, but Elias Koteas to me is Casey Jones. He portrayed him in the best way possible. He is the greatest representation of Casey Jones, I do believe. But I wanted to say thank you to everyone that continues to follow my channel. Thank you for your well wishes on my update, on my surgery that I had, and I'm glad I could finally get a chance to film a video and update everyone on it. I am doing a lot better. It's time to get myself back into shape because I've gotten really out of shape. So I will be hitting the gym soon. I got to start a new healthy eating plan that I've got to put together for myself. But things are definitely looking a lot better. But I just want to tell everyone, please, no matter what you do in life, don't take anything you do for granted. Whether it be your vision, don't take your vision for granted, because there's a lot of people out there who doesn't get that same type of vision you do. Like, my vision is nowhere near perfect. I will never be able to drive a car. And I see thousands of people every day drive a car. And I'm just saying, please just don't take that for granted, because there's a lot of people out there that don't get that same luxury to get to do that. I've really learned after this eye surgery, it was a real eye-opener, no pun intended. But it was a real eye-opener after nearly losing my vision completely. I will not take anything for granted anymore. I remember a couple weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I went outside and saw the sun for the first time. I was actually inside my house for almost 3 weeks solid because I couldn't do anything. I was on such restrictions, and it just is what it was. It was what it was. But when I finally did get to go outside for the first time and I just saw the sunlight, it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I took for granted what the outside world looks like. I took for granted just seeing anything in general, because there's no scarier feeling than actually opening your eyes and not seeing anything at all. When I opened my eyes, it was just darkness when my retina initially detached. So just please don't take anything for granted, because I learned not to. But thank you everyone for following my channel. Please share this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for following me like you have, and I love you all. Thank you.